is so great to see so many people here today as we continue the tradition of joining 3 events that have come to be synonymous with Christmas. The start of the Red Kettle Campaign, the lighting of the giant red kettle, and the lighting of the city's holiday tree. To get this started, I'd like to ask Lieutenant Colonel Norman Marshall, Major John Turner, Red Kettle Chairman Ken Holland, and Chris Osgood of the Red Wings, Bill Emerson, CEO of Quicken Loans, Salvation Army Advisory Board Chair Jeff Gallinger, and Senator Debbie Stabenow to join me on stage. Let's all get cozy. Now, before we begin the festivities, the Salvation Army wanted to make sure we said an extra special thank you to Bill Emerson and the Quicken Loans team for their partnership on this year's Red Kettle Campaign. Because of their generosity, all the money donated today at the more than 350 Red Kettle sites throughout Southeast Michigan will be matched dollar for dollar up to $25,000. Please, let's give them a round of applause. And that is what we call a great corporate citizen. And now I'd like to ask Lieutenant Colonel Norman Marshall to give a prayer of celebration for this wonderful evening. Lieutenant Colonel Marshall.
Let's just pray. Dear Lord, this evening, this Christmas season, we have so much to thank you for. And yet, Lord, there are many people who are in need this season, and we're here to kick off this exciting time because it's an opportunity for every citizen of this community to do good on behalf of others. So I just pray that you bless our time this evening, but I pray, God, that through the generosity of people in this community, you would give the Salvation Army the resources it needs to feed the hungry, house the homeless, and give an exciting Christmas experience for people of all ages. And God, we ask it in your name, amen.
It is now my pleasure to ask U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow to the podium to say a few words.
What a magical evening. It's so exciting to be here. Isn't this great? This is wonderful. I want to thank Anqunette for being here as our Emcee, and Major John Turner and Lieutenant Colonel Norman Marshall, all of the dignitaries that are here. A special thank you to our friends at Quicken Loans. Isn't it wonderful to have Quicken Loans in downtown Detroit? It's exciting. Joining our other wonderful businesses that are here, and to have Ken Holland and the Detroit Red Wings, thank you for your wonderful continued support. We are very grateful to that, and this looks like a great place for the Red Wings to practice. Ken, that's what you said. That looks like a great place. So let me just remind us all, we have thousands of men and women to thank who volunteer as bell ringers at more than 350 different places in Metro Detroit. And tonight we lift you up and we thank you for what you do. 3 million meals, 724,000 nights of shelter for homeless people in our communities. That's what the donations are all about, as well as thousands of families in our community being able to get a great Christmas because of the bell ringers and the money that clinks in those kettles. So, we are ready to start lighting the world's tallest red kettle, getting to work ringing the bells, and bringing in a blessed Christmas for our families. Congratulations, Salvation Army.
Thank you, Senator. Now I'd like to have Major John Turner, the man in charge of Salvation Army operations in Metro Detroit, come to the microphone and let us all know a little more about what's going on with this year's Red Kettle Campaign. Major Turner.
Well, thank you. The Salvation Army is extremely blessed to open another Red Kettle season. But as many of you know, we're facing a big challenge again this year. The demand for our services have risen dramatically over the last few years, and it's for a number of reasons, including our nation's continued weak economy and the associated job loss that has occurred. Well, because of this, we've set our goal this year for the Red Kettle Campaign at $7.8 million. And I know it sounds like a lot, but working together, and by the grace of God, I'm confident that we can reach that goal. You know, it's a proven fact that those who live in this region of our state, the southeast Michigan area, are some of the most generous givers in the United States. And I know that even though times are tough this year, that you'll be there for your neighbors, that you'll help the Salvation Army do the most good to help those who are less fortunate than you. I'd like to remind people that by donating to the Salvation Army's Red Kettles, you'll be helping us to provide crucial services such as food and shelter to the people of our community who need it most. In fact, thanks to your generous support, as the Congressman said, we helped provide more than 3.1 million meals and more than 724,000 nights of shelter. And also, 84,000 Christmas gifts to area families so that moms and dads could give a toy to their child on Christmas morning that they would otherwise have not been able to give. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because the money that we raise here at Christmas isn't just for Christmas, but it's for the programs of the Salvation Army year-round in this Tri-County area. And the simple fact is that we really can't do all this without you. So as you're out running errands or doing your Christmas shopping over the next few weeks, and as you see one of our more than 350 red kettles out there, please remember to drop in some coins or some dollars or some checks to help the Salvation Army reach this goal, to help people in our community, hurting people right here in Metro Detroit. Or if you prefer to use your computer, you can also donate online by going to salmich.org, that's SALMICH.org, and by clicking on the online Red Kettle, you can make a donation. But whatever method you use to donate, be assured that it is greatly needed and that it is even more appreciated. And finally, I wish to acknowledge and thank someone who, through his and his entire organization's continued support, has brought new levels of awareness to our Red Kettle Campaign. And that's Ken Holland, the Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Detroit Red Wings, and our 2010 Honorary Red Kettle Campaign Chairman. This is the 5th year that he and the Red Wings organization have teamed up with us for the Red Wings for Red Kettles. And that partnership, of course, we are absolutely thrilled to be a part of. Well, Ken is here with us this evening to help kick off the campaign by lighting that giant red kettle at the far end of Campus Martius. And Ken, we can't thank you and the Detroit Red Wings organization enough for all that you do. So thank you, Ken, and take your thanks back to the organization for us too. Well, thank you, and we just look forward to serving the community through the funds that are raised, and ask for your support, and pray God's blessing on you this Christmas season. Thank you.
Seems like there's more this year.
My gloves got a little sticky. Thank you, Major Turner. Now, I know that each year, the Salvation Army looks for an exciting way to start the Red Kettle Campaign off in a big way. And for the past few years, the Salvation Army has started the campaign in a really big way by lighting the nation's tallest red kettle. It's approximately 56 feet tall and has more than 25,000 lights. So if everyone would now turn their attention to the south end of Campus Martius Park, we are going to go for it. All right, everyone, please gather around what has to be the world's largest switch as we get ready to light the giant kettle and officially start the Salvation Army's 2010 Red Kettle Campaign. Now, I need everyone's help here. I can't count alone. So we're going to do this together, okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. All right. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Thank you, everyone. That was fantastic.